to Grown Women Talk. I'm Kia.
I'm Andrea.
And I'm Cheré. Welcome, friends. We want to let you in on a little discussion we've been having this week. And the question is, what the heck is wrong with Robert Kelly?
We got to talk about it.
We got to talk about it.
We better.
Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? And you know about our community. You know what we stand for. We love women and men too. We want everybody to be healthy. So the discussion has to happen. There is a 6-part docuseries on Lifetime about R. Kelly. It's called Surviving R. Kelly. And it's where his inner circle and survivors are coming forward to discuss new allegations about his sexual, mental, and physical abuse. Then last night, Dateline report, they had also some new information and some reviewed information about R. Kelly's reported sinister lifestyle. What is up with R. Kelly? What do you ladies see about it, and what stands out to you?
Well, let me just say this. When Kia first comes on, obviously she says, I'm Kia, I say I'm Andrea, and you say I'm Cheré. So she Kia, I'm mad. Let's be crystal clear about that. I don't even want... So you can probably start with Kia about what she thinks and then come back to me when I've calmed down.
Yes. Right? I mean, okay, I must say that when I watched the docuseries, and you know how they put them on back to back because I was a week late, I could not stop watching it. I was just like, what in the world is going on? It was so painful to see that. And to also see so many women. What I want to know is that, like, there's so many people who defend what he does. And say, oh, it's not true, because we, have grown up loving his music. I mean, his music is wonderful. You can't deny him that. But the fact of the matter is that there are too many people coming out now saying the same thing about what he is doing and giving information. One of the things I have a big problem with that came out are the people around him who help him do the things that he does. They talked about him marrying Aaliyah. They talked about her being underage. They talked about the road manager, helping to forge the documents to say that she was 18 years old when she was only 15 years old. I mean, just craziness. And he was 27 years old. Right. And to put it in perspective for me, I thought about my 15-year-old and I said, that's ludicrous. Mm-hmm. Crazy.
Absolutely.
To think about how a mature person is at that age or how whatever, I just felt my heart went out to those young women because some people say, well, why did they do it? They made the choices, but who makes great choices at 15, 16, 17 years old?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. And I think what is so disheartening is there's this cadre of people, as you talk about, who surround him, who have okayed that. Right. So there are a couple of things that I see. Number one, these are black girls that we're talking about. Yes. And I'm convinced it would be a different story if it was somebody else. So when did we become devalued? When did we become devalued? Right. And so, you talk about your 15-year-old who I know well, and I've got 2 nieces of my own. Well, actually more, but I have nieces. And when I think about what they look up to and what they like, it is easy that they are impressionable.
Yes.
It is easy. And how dare you? Yeah. How dare you take advantage of that? We are your mothers, your sisters, your cousins.
Yes.
How dare you? Your wives?
Yes.
And this is what you do? So some of that is systemic racism.
Yeah.
Let's just be clear. Mm-hmm. Because you can't tell me that this would look different if we look different.
Absolutely. Yes. And we're saying, wake up, America.
Period.
Even said, yes.
That's right. I'm sorry.
I even said, we saw what was happening back in 2002 with those, with the niece that came out of one of the ladies that was a friend of R. Kelly. And we kind of swept it under the rug, we being America. So this show is about, let's wake up. This is what's happening. What are we going to do about it? We're so quick to look overseas, human trafficking. We allowed it to happen in America. We allowed Robert Kelly to do that. And we're saying enough is enough. No more.
If he himself, and they talked about this, if he himself calls himself the Pied Piper of R&B music, and the story of the Pied Piper and leading children about and all of that. I mean, it is very frightening to know that somebody knows what they are doing from his own illness. Let's be very clear. He's very ill.
Yes.
His own illness. And for people to still choose to be around that illness, it is so very sad. And then also, a painful thing to talk about, but so many people want to be famous today. So many people want to be known. And, even everybody knows I still want to be a singer. I want to pursue music and so forth. And I have been doing it for years and years. But people who want to do that have to say, but to what cost?
To what cost?
To what cost?
Yes.
Is it if you know that somebody is not stable, is not well, but says to you, I'm going to make you a star. If you just come, at what cost do we want to be famous?
And all of those YouTubers, all of us, even in our communities, we have a responsibility.
We do.
And the more platform you have, the more people watching you, the more responsibility you have. Let's hold us all accountable to that responsibility, because like Kia is saying, people are drawn to folks, especially folks in the limelight. They're drawn to them. So they have a responsibility to offer a positive image, to offer health. So we're calling that to happen. One other question I had was, what do you think the overall message from the survivors is to other women? They were coming out yesterday saying, we're not doing this for money. We don't have books that we're writing. We're not doing this for any other reason but to let you all know. And, what do we think the message is that the survivors want us to get?
I've watched both, and both have been sickening to me. But specifically Dateline, there was a young woman, and she said there was this incident where he allegedly brought another person in the room, another woman in. And she said, is this what adults do? I didn't know. And so it sounds like, don't let another young woman be robbed of her childhood.
Yes.
Seriously. That's what she said, is this what adults do? And so they are looking to us.
Yes.
To model behavior. They are looking to us to help shape them. So I think that's one thing. And then Kia, one of you guys, and we probably don't have enough time to talk about this, but I worry about women who are well into adulthood and who got trapped and tricked.
Yes.
And and it could happen to any of us, but I think when I listen to the stories from parents, or I listen to these young women, it really is, don't let another young girl get robbed.
Absolutely. Yes. And take the initiative. I was particularly moved by the parent who said, I didn't come here. She came to get her daughter, couldn't get her daughter out. Yes. But she said, look, I'm not going home without her.
Thank you.
We need to pursue our kids.
Yes.
Watch what's happening with them.
Yes.
Be mindful. And guess what?
Yes.
Insert yourself. Be the intervention.
Yes.
So many times today now we're talking about boundaries, and I let my child be her, be him. At the time when they're growing up, they're looking to find out what they are, and they're looking for guidance. Help shape me is what they're screaming to us.
Yes.
Help me find out who I am in a healthy manner. Don't let your kids be lost. This was such a message to us in so many ways.
Yeah.
I think I'm sorry, Kia. I just wanted to say I appreciate what Cheré said. And this isn't judgment on parents. I know that they said that Aaliyah's parents were there. And, but there are things that happen behind closed doors. Oh, I'm going behind them doors.
Yes.
Go ahead, Kia.
Yes. And I think what's frightening and what we have to be vigilant about also is self-love and self-worth.
Self-worth.
And really instilling that in our young girls.
Yes.
Because so many of them, they talked about in there that the women who live in the house with him are women who nobody is looking for, who don't have people searching for them. If you have a family who would be looking for you, you can't stay in there. So these are young women who, for whatever reason, have no one. He has instilled in them whatever they have going on in them, but they didn't have it at first.
Yes.
There's some kind of emptiness or whatever because, to be somewhere where you're not allowed to eat, to be somewhere where you're not allowed to talk to other people. They talked about the isolation He's a master at isolation. So those young ladies couldn't even talk to each other inside the home to say what's going on. To be someone, you can't go to the bathroom. What is that about?
Yeah.
The control. And somebody said to me yesterday, the control of somebody who has been violated, which R. Kelly has said he's been violated, to feel like you have no control, to now be the one to exert control over people. And other people who have been violated. Those young girls that talked about, several of them who have been violated, and they connected with him over their own level of their violation.
Yeah.
And so we have to really be vigilant that there are so many people out there, we talk on more than one occasion, who are hurting, who have things that have gone on with them. And we want to be able to talk about the things that people need to talk about.
Yes.
And I think you could probably agree, this isn't a therapist term, she'll be much more eloquent. Hurt people hurt people.
Yes.
And so,
Hurt people,
you know,
hurt
they
people.
hurt people because that's the
Yes.
well from whence
Yes.
you behave from.
Absolutely.
And so, and again, you know, Cheré is much more eloquent at this, but you know, I want to go back to this, and I promise I won't, you know, it isn't about racism, but I think we need to, you know, when we look at, and again, Bill Cosby this is a whole nother story, but these women who came out, most of them were women that weren't women of color.
Right.
And not that it made it, but they went after him with a vengeance. How
Yes,
dare us?
Yes.
How
Yes.
dare us?
Yes.
Let him, because he looks like us,
That's
Yes.
and
correct.
because they look like
Yes.
us, not pursue him.
That's right.
No, ma'am.
That's
We
right.
treat him and we punish him.
Absolutely.
Thank you to the Mute R. Kelly movement.
Yes.
Those women who have started a movement, who have been vigilant and who have not stopped. Because there are so many people who do love his music, who have worked with him.
He's a
and
musical
will not speak
genius.
against him
Yes.
because
Yes.
I heard his wife talking about, or I think it was her talking about how many, or maybe it was someone else talking about how many people's careers he helped to reinvigorate, from the Isleys to all these different people he's worked with, Whitney Houston. So a lot of people don't speak out against him because they worked with him, but people are starting now to come out, like Lady Gaga, Celine Dion. Thank you to Tom Joyner,
Yes.
who said that he would not
Yes.
play his music when he
John
was
Legend.
John
Yes.
Legend, who participated in the actual docuseries.
That's right.
So we are saying, people stand up and
Yes,
say, you know, that this is wrong to our girls, and please stop listening to the music, because when you hurt somebody in their pocketbook, people will change. You gotta take the pocketbook money away from
Stop
people.
buying his.
Yes,
Absolutely. And here's the other thing. For those people who he's helped shape their careers, say thank you and then check him.
How about that?
Right.
Say thank you and then check him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We talked a little bit about how we can protect our sisters, and I think we covered that. We want to continue doing that. Whatever you can do in your communities, be a part of your schools, your PTAs,
Yes.
your community associations, your churches, your mosques,
yes,
wherever
yes.
our girls are,
Yes,
be there.
yes.
Yeah.
Because we have to be the answer. We can't say there's something wrong, there's a problem, and not be a part of the solution.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So we want to do that, and we also want to lift up the National Domestic Violence Hotline. If you are being abused, there is help. We want you to look down in our description box and contact the National Domestic Violence Hotline. You can call, it's available 24/7. They are available in 200 languages. You can call, it's 1-800-799-SAFE.
Yes.
This also has an interactive website that you can go to and talk to someone, chat with a professional on the website. Also, if you are abusing someone, there is help. You can also call this hotline. Get help now. You can change. You can
That's
get
great.
You can
That
get
is
the
excellent.
help
That's
you
great.
need.
That is excellent.
That's great.
No, Cheré, I was just going to say, and you guys have heard me talk about, I have a young niece who is a senior in college, and I always try to send her a letter. It always has money in the envelope. At the end, once a month, and inside I always say, always go where you are loved. And so, and know when you're loved.
Yes.
And so I think it speaks to go where you are loved and know when you are loved.
Absolutely.
I love that. I think that closes us out beautifully, you all. Thank you so much for listening to another commentary on R. Kelly. Let's take action. Let's take a stand.
Absolutely.
And as we like to say, get ready.
Reset.
And go.
Bye.
we love to play. Come join us.